The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning. All right, tablet and pen. If you haven't been here before, write down my name. I'm Ray Reynolds. Amazing. They gave me a silly name like Godfather Credit on KNX Radio years ago. You see, I built billions for clients, rich and famous and normal people like you. We're all normal in some ways, right? So let's have some fun. Now the Lamborghini and the buildings, I like goodies. You see, today I want to change your life, if you allow me to. But I'm going to need you to do a part and pay attention and write things down too. Tablet and pen, ready to begin. It's live. I've been on live or in person for 45 years helping people like you. My wife calls it my hobby. See, when I got my first million at 14 and a half, that was fun. When I got to 2.6 billion in corporate structure, all right, when I was 26, that was more fun. You see, I like all goodies. You like goodies too? You want some? You can get some if you want to play the game. You got to win. No pictures, no recording today. Now, the bottom line is do not spend money to get Ferraris and Lamborghinis and yachts and helicopters too until you reach $5 million, please. All right, you got to back yourself in a corner. That's so fun. Online 6 days a week. And me, it's simple. I was rags to riches. What does it mean? I got born in a taxi on the way to Gardena Hospital. She didn't want me. She threw me away. I got to be with Mrs. Hope, the she-devil from hell. She used and abused me too. It sucks. But you know, your journey today begins with me if you wanted to. As we play, look behind the curtain. Your problem with you is you. Sorry. I'm just going to be blunt and honest with you. Your problem is your lack of knowledge is why you bring the pain home. The lack of knowledge is the stupidity of man and woman. We're not stupid, but I think you followed stupid. Let me show you that too. Look beyond the curtain. Never accept the word no. What do we get to do is learn how to play the game. If you take your cards out today and you put a stick in the back of the card, these are personal cards. You write down the limit of the card. You maintain 25% forever. You don't go past 29%. See, these are the rules and tools that I designed for TRW. When I was training Ken Yarborough years ago, and then it became a spear, and everybody followed like ducks and sheep. You got to stop this crap. By the way, this is $100,000 by the time you use 29%, but it leaves you 71,000 of safety credit. Case blankets a fan, lost your job, or pandemic. You see, what you do is you build your line of defense. So I want you to maintain a 750 for the rest of your life. Is that okay if you pay attention to me? Now, TRW stood for The Report's Wrong, Thomas Raymond Warridge. Bicycle parts, information business, and sold himself in 96 to Asperium. Now, I drew this basically years ago, just like this one. All right, understand what it means is it's good, fair, or hell no. You see, if you're going to maintain a 750, you got to know about the other two cars that don't fluctuate your credit score, and you can max them out $1 million freaking dollars. You understand? If we balance our debt, I can make you a certified CFO to the corporation and build you $1 million of credit. Would that be okay? See, Harold Stokes and I want to put it in the schools, high school. See, my credit system sets up instant credit files now. It took you 3 years to try to figure out what you did. You did it wrong anyway. Sorry, it's true. I'm going to correct the things today that you didn't know how to play. If we did it for the high schoolers and the colleges, guess what we get to do? They get to know the rules and tools and not screw up like you. Sorry. I want the next generation not to make the same dumb mistakes. Is that okay? We take our tablet, pen, and write things down today too? So understand a corporation's a legal person. Look at it. Come on. I'm being used and abused. I'm at Mrs. Hope's house. She's having a poker game every Wednesday night with rich and famous people. What happened next? I was 7.5. They said a corporation's a legal person. All right. The bottom line is I wrote it down. They told me I was weird. Probably true. You see, I'm a weird person. As a kid, I learned to read and memorize words at 2.5 years old. That was just me. Fun. I have to have fun. Now, corporation's a legal what? Person. So let's understand something. It says may sue or be sued. There's where I kind of screwed up. And you, if you have a corporation, you think it's protecting you. Hell no, it's not protecting you. They sue the corp, they sue you. You're a duck and a sheep because you didn't learn to play. But I'm going to show you what I did. I went to the Torrance Police Department the next day after I heard that, because next door was the library. I walked in and go, ma'am, what does this mean? She was rude. She walked away. 5, 10 minutes later, she came back. Here's a mark of his in the book. She was a bee. Anyway, I read the book. You read books too. Good for you. Your problem is you're not the $1 million dream because your lack of knowledge, which is the stupidity of man and woman. We're not stupid, but let's understand. I sent away a money order after going to the library for 2 years for $10. You got $10 today? You got $30 today? See, I did a nonprofit corporation when I was 9.5. I sent it away. See if it'll work. That's all I was trying to do. You, if you have a corp, you want to spend thousands for an attorney, CPA, and incorporating service, and didn't learn diddly squat, but pay them a lot of money, which you kind of wasted anyway. So all corporations are free, by the way. You pay a little filing fee. You know what happened? I sent them my money order away, nonprofit, $10. Now they're $30. I got $100,000 in the mail. $100,000 of credit cards came in the friggin' mail. And I keep them in these books because it's easy. When you have millions and millions of dollars of credit cards and billions of credit, you got to understand and keep it organized, right? But I did it at 9.5, and Mrs. Hope basically brought over Ted Turner and the attorney and asked, what did I do? Is he a crook? He's 9.5. Is he a crook? They didn't understand. They got $100,000 of credit cards in the mail without applying for credit. Most people got credit cards in the mail in the 70s, 80s without applying for credit. I also got named in the movie Dave. So check that out too. Now, I didn't understand a couple things, and I screwed up too, like everybody else does. And I didn't understand trade name and trademark and copyright. I used the word Braille when I started the Orange County Blind Center. All right, I didn't realize it belonged to a Braille institution. Had to correct that and learn about trade names, trademarks, and copyrights. The goal is to never bring the pain home. As I play, they told me when I was a kid, I heard them say, don't put all your eggs in one basket. That's what it meant. And all the grown-ups kept doing one thing. See, grown-ups to me when I was a kid were stupid. You see, I have an IQ of 203. I write with both hands and talk at the same time, which is impossible. In the 3rd grade, they said I was retarded. And then I'm rhyming all the time. Oh, well, what can I say? What can I do? So today, understand, when they sue your corporation, they sue you. You're a duck and a sheep. You are. Because your name's on Secretary of State's website. Unless you do a division process that I invented in 85, 86. So let's play. Now, if you got an LLC, oh, goody for you. The Treasury Department's looking for you January 1st. Be ready for that. So if we play the game, the corporation with divisions, all right, we put our ducks in a row and get $1 million. Is that okay if I build you $1 million of credit? Now, there's a warning about me. I'm honest and I'm blunt. If you screw up, I'm going to say you screwed up. Own the screw up. Simple. From there, if you basically, I'm going to tell like it is. If you follow stupid, you did stupid. You're not stupid. I'm sorry. I believe all of you got, shitty credit, screwed up something up and down like a yo-yo. Your lack of knowledge is what's killing you every step of the way. So let's understand, I build millionaires if you listen and learn as we play this game. It's a game to me. It's always been that way since I was a little kid. Godfather credit, Ray Reynolds, that's me. I tell people what to do and I treat them like they're 2 years old. And I want them to learn never to bring the pain home. Now understand, the biggest thing is the list. Here's your problem. Right now, you don't have a daily list. In other words, if you had a checklist, you'd go off it. If you're building going to bake a cake or make, something like spaghetti fritta di mare, something my favorite. All right, osso buco. You'd have a recipe, step by step by step by step. The same thing about life. Your problem is you got up this morning, all right, your same routine and dragging your ass out of bed. I need my coffee. Stop it. Tomorrow morning, you're up an hour earlier. Stop it. Understand how to play. Without a checklist, I'm sorry, you're just going to do the same damn rerun. And that's what people have. A goal list is basically the goals, and that's just the index of a book. The activity sheet you're missing. The daily list. Did you check off your list? So you have your routine, and you do the same thing again and again, and that's why you're going to basically end up being broke and live with your kids when you retire, because you're not listening and learning. The next thing is weekly list. Daily, weekly list. Okay. And then if you're going to work on a project, what about that list too? Without a list and a checklist, I'm sorry, I don't believe you're ever going to get there. That's your problem. I have a foolproof program as long as you follow through. You can't even screw it up unless you don't follow through. My rich and famous people, they're fun too. And even homeless people, all right, getting them millions and millions of dollars of credit. And they get their ultimate goal. Even people coming out of prison, like Freeway Ricky, Dickie Ross, gold and platinum cards, unlimited up to $1 million friggin' dollars. But again, Thomas was in prison for 26 years. Within 6 months, I rebuilt his personal credit and got him brand new dump trucks doing millions a year. See, your problem is you don't know how to play. Now, I need you to pay attention to this, most of all this today. So let's understand. The SS5 form gets an SSN Social Security number. You got yours at 14 to 16 if it was before Nixon took the gold standard out in 1971. If all you were born in 71 and beyond, when Nixon took the gold standard out, that means mommy did it at the hospital when you were born within 2 hours. No one paid attention to the damn form. That was called silly and dumb, by the way. The SS5 at SSN equals the 1040 tax return. You get one. You gave yourself one chance to try, and you backed yourself in a corner. You jacked up the cards, you dropped the score, you can't get any more, and can't write a dilly squat. This is silly and dumb. It's called We the People. We look at basically the SSN, and what does it have as our name on it? That means you get one, and you backed yourself in a corner. We're going to look at an SS4 now. Can you pay attention to this too? SS5, SS4. Can you put your hands like this? SS5 is SSN, is tax, and probate when you're dead. The time of death is for the hospital to give to the state and federal government because no one can move your assets after you're dead. That's why they did it in the first place. This gives you one chance to try. And what happens is you get the leftover. Live on that. Okay? The SS4, no tax is due until you're profitable. So that means the corporation, the reason it became a legal person was state and federal government, Supreme Court. So they receive money, it's not taxable until they're profitable. It's not the type of corporation, the being that matters. It's the SS4. We'll break down corporations for you and set up in level 1 on Wednesday and Saturday with me. Now, your name can be on line 1. Read it. Legal name of entity. Corporation, bank, grocery store, city. Individual person who's requesting. So if your name was on line 1, you could have a division of you or a corporation in your name, which I would not want you to do. SS5, SSN 1040. Got it so far? Now we look at the SS4 equals 1120, known as the tax ID, tax return. Now, this would give you a second chance without you screwing up you and your family. Your problem is, sorry, you got to man up and woman up and take your responsibility for your family. You brought the pain home, most of you, and that sucks. If you have not filed tax returns, you're a crook. Go to prison like Wesley Snipes did. He went for 3 years and fined $5 million, listening to stupid attorneys and CPAs in Beverly Hills, California. He ruined his career. Simple. So if you're a crook, just go to prison where you belong. If you listen and learn about the 1244, IRS.gov, you can file a tax return jointly with the corporation and almost not pay any damn tax anyway. See, if you play by the rules and tools, you get to win. Your problem is no one's explaining to you what you need to do. Me, I'm going to hold your hand every step of the way. I'll coach you through every process too. The lack of knowledge is why people do stupid things. The United States of America Incorporated. They took 50 corporations and called them states. States could be cities. And then they went and created a Chapter 9 bankruptcy under the Federal Protection Act. See, they planned if something happens, they could bankrupt cities. They have bankrupt 11 cities and bankrupt the debt in front of all of you. And then they got basically stayed in business. You could have did the same thing for you, as long as you have no intent to do fraud. We the people, Supreme Court says a corporation is a legal person, and you as a United States citizen can stop bringing the pain home. But your problem is your lack of knowledge. I'd like you to write down division of me. Let's look at that form again. Legal name of entity, individual person. I can put your name there, corporation, division, subsidiary right there. I can build you a corporation with $1 million. But again, you have to understand, you got to do what I ask you to do. If I get assets and things that I'm trying to do, I can't be the duck or the sheep. Here's a Lamborghini part of the collection worth $1 million. Here's the keys. It's very simple. Now, the payment was this. It was $6,800 a month when I obtained this one. $6,800 a month. Okay. If I can't pay it and it's in my name, they report it to the credit bureaus and I'll have shitty credit. They'll report it to the IRS as a 1099-C. Now I'll have an IRS problem and I'll have double shitty credit. Well, that's kind of silly and dumb of me, right? If I buy it through the corporation, I'm an officer. They see it on Secretary of State's website and they sue the corp. They still sue me. That's called silly and dumb again. And I'm not stupid. I invented division process. So let's pay attention what that means. I bought the Lamborghini and all the cars in the collection as a division of a corporation. I showed you SSN versus SS4. Is that correct? I guaranteed SS4. What does that mean? I got no intent to do fraud. But I plan the problem if shit happens. I'm not bringing it to the corp or my family. And we always have a, oh shit day. We always do. So let's understand the truth. I have no intent to do fraud. If I can't pay it, I'm going to disconnect it, isolate, incorporate. Write it down, the 3-step that I invented for me. Disconnect, isolate, incorporate. Now, I got my shopping centers, my properties, and everything I'm doing, making millions and billions over here. If I got a bad piece, I put it over here. What did I do? I separated, disconnect, isolate, incorporate. If I can't save it within 6 months, I'm going to do what the Federal Protection Act allows me to do. I'm going to bankrupt the hell out of it, throw the sucker away. You brought the pain home because you allowed yourself to be one. That's a lonely number. When you sign a lease of a building, it's a division process. Each property you ever obtain would be a division because you don't know who's going to slip and fall and sue you and screw you up. Money is under SS4. No taxes due to you profitable. Credit to the corporation above $10,000 doesn't show up on personal credit file. Every card under the Fair Lending Act, this one up to limited up to $1 million, can get you 99 more. How many would you like? You see, where the blank are you going to get $100,000 to $1 million to run a real business and start it? Steal it from the family, being silly and dumb like most people do? Back yourself in a corner, following your assets? No, we're going to build the corporate cash credit. Mary's nice. Mary's a nice person, but she thought she did the right thing, and what happened to her life, it screwed up. Mary's Ivy League education, $250,000 a year with her husband. She married her 3rd grade sweetheart. They got the house, they got the 2 kids, the dog, the cat, and the fish. Maybe the fish will eat the cat or the cat will eat the fish. She gave $10,000 to the attorney to look at the lease to sign for her restaurant she wanted to start. Well, that's great. He had her sign a 10-year lease with 3 options. She gave $5,000 to the CPA. Then she used $98,000 of her personal credit and went, no. She had 800 score and it dropped to crap. And it's like, what did I do? What did these idiots say? I'm sorry, when it comes to a CPA and an attorney, most of them don't know crap about running a business. So what happens is basically Mary's restaurant failed. So what did she do? She had to file a bankruptcy on the corporation. She signed it and guaranteed the lease personally. When she lost her house, her husband divorced her 3 weeks later. Mary has the same problem you have. If you don't learn to use the division process that I invented in 85, 86, I'm sorry, every time you screw up, you're going to get your assets kicked. So what happens is the restaurant should have been a division of the corporation. She should have signed that lease as a division of her, so she could have threw it away and protect the corp and her family. She didn't do that. Most of you didn't do it either. So stop bringing the pain home. Learn to be a certified CFO, the ultimate goal. Look at your corp if you have one today. Go ahead. Check out your corporation on the Secretary of State's website. Check it out. You'll find your name as the officer. You'll find your name as the incorporator. You'll probably find your home address, which was called stupid to do that. You could have used a mailbox, etc. Shared office space, something, but use your home address, which added you to the national mailing list and the robocall list. See, you need to put your ducks in a row. Right now, they sue the corp, they sue you, and that kind of sucks. Let me create your line of defense for you. That way you don't bring the pain to the corp or the family ever again. So we could play my way. Now let's look at a $100 million building across the street from South Coast Plaza Mall, the $1 million Lamborghini, one of the $5 million mansions I obtained, and a race boat with $1 million. These are things I obtained. Why haven't you? What's wrong with you? These aren't turned up enough? You see, I like goodies. But you don't buy goodies like this till you hit 5 million, okay? And I used to maintain that in my petty cash account. So we got to learn to play. I like to get you to be a corporate millionaire if you allow me to. But again, it's up to you. Add you to the credit system, no problem. And what is your goal today? You see, what your goal is today, I'm going to take it and throw it away. Your goal is wrong. Sorry. Your goal should be residual income, creating money on the monthly base automatically so you can reach all the things you really wanted to do. Me simple. I had 19 houses at 17 and a half. It's impossible. I've always done the impossible. I couldn't get 20. They told me I couldn't do that. Loan to value problem. I transferred it into my divisions. And that's how I got rid of that loan to value problem, to get more and more and more. See, your goal today, you have a problem. All right. You have only 43 days left of the year. That's it. Working days. If you're not incorporated, divisions or process or profit and nonprofit, oh, well, you blew it. Why? It won't be 2 years old now. And that's what a corporation needs to get cash credit. From there, it's very simple, checkbook money. So I've been online and in person for 45 years helping people, as my wife calls my hobby. Now I'm taking 30 of my clients in a coaching program. I'd like to put them on the radio and TV show next year. I want them to tell their story. Oprah's team said I'd be on her last show. They lied. So I'm going to blow it up that way. So let's talk about flippity dippity doos. When I was fixing those properties up, after I found out I'm only getting $50,000, it's like a pain in the ass hat. I had to deal with the loan people, the buyers, the liars, the ones that say 40 to 50% it's never been. How about the contractors and subcontractors that stand outside Home Depot? All this crap and all the lien releases and crap for $50,000 while I'm stressing out my family. Well, when I was 21, I decided not to do that anymore. I decided to do something different. All right. I understood a lot about finance and how to play the game because I read books all the time and have fun. So I looked at 21 years old. If I sell it, I want to be the bank. You sold a car, you sold a house, right? Did you realize when you sold it, you could have been the bank for 10 to 30 years? All right. When you sold it, you could have rearranged the whole damn thing. You had control and you let it go. Sorry. The reality is if we dissect something like a condo or an apartment complex or duplexes, whatever we get, we can split deed them. Do you realize we can become the bank and do an assignment of mortgage? Isn't it time you learn to play? But it's like today, you have, like I talked to the vice president of B of A last night. It was fun. The projects that we're working on, what projects he's doing. You have 14 states that an average property brand new that are about 100,000 below. Simple. Depends where you buy it. From there, you've got them. You can have Section 8, or you can have a management company manage them for you. No problem. All right. See, what this does is it starts to build residual income. And we might as well buy 3 because we can charge it, and it's a write-off. And we get to write off all the interest rate in the credit card and what we're trying to do. So let's think about credit, loan, and money. If you ever want to leverage money because you have money coming in, the goal would be to take 100,000, put it in the corporate bank account. Reference 3 times 5. If you don't have it, we take it off of a card. What are we trying to do? Get the bank to give it 1.5 million. The corporation has a division for franchise, a division for apartment complex. You build land and defense. What does this do for you? Third party management running it for you. That's called financial freedom. When I built $2.6 billion of corporate structure, 26, I was getting fat, ugly, and going to die. I was bored as hell. It's like, it's no fun. You got everything you want. Now I have everything I want, even to this day. If I want, I just go get it. But the reality is my hobby's been kind of fun helping people like you get to millionaire. And that's the goal. So we get to play and start building residual income, which is kind of fun for me. Now, let's think about credit to the corporation. Everything above $10,000 doesn't show up on personal credit files. So if we can build you here strong enough, all right, then you're a CFO for corporate divisions, you never have to have shitty credit again. If I add you to my credit system, I can usually get your card up to $100,000 at a time. But again, I'm using my history for you. Simple to do. As we play, I'd like you to think about today, when you look in the mirror, all right, I want you to think about Warren Buffett. Now, understand, I'm going to put this thought in your mind right now. And later today, when you look in the mirror, you're actually going to, your brain's going to remember what I said. Now watch this. This is fun. This freaks people out. So when you look in the mirror today, stop for 5 seconds. Look at yourself. All right. Think of Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett. You're no different than he is. He's got the goodies you don't. He's got 100+ companies, and he's got his favorite 10. Ketchup, Geico, Coca-Cola, American Express, Duracell, Dairy Queen, See's Candy, Bridge Jewelry, and Fruit of the Loom. Do you realize he's leveraging? All right, that means he's basically having fun with business. Third parties managing his companies. That's the way it's designed in the first place. No rich and famous person basically goes to Fatburger to make hamburgers. Hell no. It's simple. They're investors. Shouldn't you be an investor too? There's no difference between this guy and you. Look at his picture. Take a mental look. Today, when you look in the mirror, you're going to think about Warren Buffett now. And understand, you're no different than he is. He's got the goodies and you don't. Let's go get him. I like boring businesses. You know, I had 22,000 payphones in California. Third party picking them up for him. That was fun. I started the donut chain, largest in the world. That was fun. Satellite stores too, and all the pieces we're trying to do and have fun. Now, I wrote the book on laundromats and dry cleaners years ago. So let's understand all these businesses. If you would listen 100% and you allow me to build you cash credit to the corporation, what if we took $40,000 and put it in an escrow? We're not going to go for the big shiny one. We're going to go for what can create $3,000 to $10,000 a month. I don't want you to think about being rich. I want that out of your mind. I want you building residual income. If you took 100,000, the income is up to 45,000 a month. 250 is like 75,000. So if we're going to buy a business and we're going to invest, being an investor, we're not going to run the damn thing. We're building residual income. And that's the ultimate goal. Now, I think your problem is you. So think a little differently. Just give me 3 months to 6 months to a year, please. I can get you to $5 million to $100 million if you allow me to. All right, I got 4 people that got their franchises now in the last 3 weeks, and they're making anywhere from 40 to 60,000 a month. And now they want me to still coach them. Their coaching was done. They go, Ray, I'm not done with you. Well, you got what I promised. I want more. So let's understand. Do not run a business. Own the damn thing. Be the boss. See, when you go to the expos like this, it's like a deer in the headlights. So which one do I pick? No, let's get existing business. Let's like my client, he did 125,000. Now I just wanted him to get one to get his feet wet, but I built him 400,000 of credit. So he wanted 3 of them. No problem. 125,000 down. Close escrow is 63,000 a month now. Residual income. Is that okay? But again, that's what he got to do. And most dry cleaners don't actually do the clothes. They're actually just a storefront. From there, how about the laundromat? 47,000 down, 30,000 a month. Is that okay? They even basically had one. They took basically a line of credit back as well. Here we go. Would you like a Wendy's? I got a client, one of those too. But it's 500,000 usually down. So again, are you willing to do that yet? But if not, how about a gas station? Don't run the damn gas station. Own the sucker. Be the investor. See, we want to do some business that's basically simple, necessity, and it always survives during pandemic. Now, here's a property. You want to buy the new? No, I want to buy the used. This one's $3 million. Okay, what do we get to do? They want 10% down. So we have to create at least, all right, checkbook money up to $500,000. Maybe corporate 4 divisions. 300,000 down. We don't want to be uncomfortable. And what happens is now you have a payment of 23,000 a month. But then you look at the income already coming in, and now you have 13,000 of positive cash flow. Now, here's your problem. You're going to think, oh, look at that, I'm rich. No, you're not. If one of those tenants sue you and screw you up in that division, it's all over. Game over. If you do what I tell you to do, because I say you're not done, I'd like you to split deed each unit and assignment of mortgage. You see, if you did that, understand, that means they can't sue you. You can sue them if they don't pay. And they want to own their piece of property anyway. So understand, there's $76,000 a month now. See, the way you do things is very important. I remember Steve Jobs saying I was the greatest lateral thinker ever met in his life. sell real estate, franchise, storage units run by third party. Now I have a coaching program right now, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. Very simple. All right. The goal is to give you a list like I did for 3 people this morning so far. Here's what you got. This is what you need to do. Give you your assignments. See, without a goal list, I'm sorry, you're not going to get there. Without a daily checklist, it's not going to happen. So you need to understand daily lists to keep you to know what's next, what's next, what's next. That keeps you busy and motivated to reach the goal. Right now, most of you don't have a checklist and you're sitting there going, it's about it. You have the same boring routine you do every day. Sorry, but it's true. How about the weekly list? We come up with a project, we look at a project list. Again, without that, I don't think you're going to get it. The goal should be building $10,000 to $50,000 of residual income. That's your goal. That's what I want it to be. I want you to think about something today. All right. I want to put you in all classes, stuck with me weekly, privately, so I can do your list with you and blueprint you almost every time. Because what happens is wrap or rescore. Keep your score above 750 to 770. From there, you have 3 programs, but my 1-year program is sold out. All right, if you wanted the 12 months, you blew it. Too bad for you. But the reality is here's 5 things to focus on. The projects, okay? All right, projections, creditors, limits, phone calls, daisy chaining credit into millions, and increasing limits. So what happens is very simple. There's 3, 6, and 12. 12 is sold out. All right, but I have 2 people that said they're making a commitment. So I'm going to have to back them out and make 2 people available because Santos and the ladies in the office and gentlemen, they have about 9 people that want that 12 months program. I'm usually 25,000 a day, 3,000 an hour for 45 years. But I want my 30 people for my coaching program. All right, why? Because I want to shove them on TV and I want to show the world what we did so we can change the whole world too. So if you want to put 1,000 down, all right, any 3 months, 6 months, even the year will bump people off. That's okay. All right, then you make payments during the coaching period. If you did the paid full $8,000, I'm going to build you 100,000 of credit. Simple. The 1,000 down, you get no credit. From there, as we do this, 1,000 down for the 6 months, you pay in full. All right, it's $15,000. I'm going to build you $250,000 of credit. You put 1,000 down, no credit. Simple. But you're in the coaching program. This one is sold out, but I know I'm going to bump 2 people. I told one of them today because they broke their promise of paying me right away. So I'm going to bump them out of it. 1,000 down, you pay in full 25,000. You're here with me for 12 months. From there, it's simple. If you put 1,000 down, you make payments during the 12 months. If you paid in full today, not next week, that's like the other one. Well, Ray, I'm going to do that. Stop. You do the 25 today or shut up. All right, then you get $500,000 of credit. Don't tell me what you're going to do because to me, it's like you just get off the, whatever. It's like top. You get tired of everybody's broken promises. It's ridiculous. If I'm going to bend over backwards and work my tail off for you, then you pay 25 today. You get $500,000 of credit. You put 1,000 down, you give me for 12 months, I'll work my tail off, but you get no credit. It's simple. It's a Zelle, take it or leave it kind of thing. Bank, transfer, deposit, or wire. Okay, broken promises do not do anything. One of my books is called Bullshit Doesn't Pay Your Bills. You need to talk to a specialist, simple, 800-254-9506. Use a card, simple, we'll take that. But we're charging you 5% fee because that's what they charge us to do it. Our goal is simple today. I want you to look in the mirror. I want you really to look in the mirror. I want you to put yourself in check. Every Monday at 6:12 Pacific Standard Time, there is a list that comes out for repos, bankruptcy, divorce, probate. Maybe you want to sell supply and vendor credit. Your corporation, by the time I'm done with it, will have $1 million of cash credit, checkbook money up to $1 million, and supply and vendor money. If you're in a coaching process, by the time you turn around, you'll have up to a $10 million company. Your problem is still you. Don't think, just do. But again, make you a money making machine should be the goal. Sell a supply and vendor credit. It's an OPM using Dun & Bradstreet. And you sell on Amazon and eBay. Do not get $1 million cars and all this silly stuff, all right, these Lamborghinis and Ferraris, until you hit about $5 million, okay? Because you don't want to back yourself in the corner. As we play God's gift. I've always put my name on a lot of the assets on purpose to prove that to myself that it's my trophy and to show the world I obtained it. That was my goal. Simple. Race cars, yachts, Duffys, Lamborghinis, buildings. Why not? Helicopters too. You see, I talk to a lot of people. Half the people I talk to I think are lazy. The other half to be a little crazy. But a lot of people are full of crap. But again, I want to show you the truth. 1981, I broke the record for the highest kick and the fastest kick on planet Earth. And I keep hearing idiots say white men can't jump. I don't understand that. Kicked out the lights that night, no matter where you come from, you can accomplish your goals. Did the research after the coma, found out Richard Bishop's my grandfather, who didn't give a crap about me. So what happens? Very simple. All right, he won the Olympics in 1932 for gymnastics in Los Angeles. Maybe that's why I can kick the door jam at 10 or the basketball hoop. What do you think? Maybe. But one of my first cars was a Quintas Lamborghini. What did you get? You see, don't hear the word no, please. I hear no, and I say thank you. I walk away. See, they don't know how. That's why they said no to you. You have 1,000 steps and rules and tools in the Millionaires Founders Kit that I sold at the Bonaventure for 32 years every Wednesday night for $5,000 a set. Your choice is to draw this diagram right here. This is your future, by the way, these 4 boxes. If we look at Bank of America, who's bankrupt 5,000 locations, they have a corp owning corpse. They basically bankrupt locations called branch numbers. They write them off of their taxes. Until you get to 5 million, you're going to use the division process that I designed in 85, 86. Doesn't matter if we look at basically Sam's Club, Geico, Cities. They do this in front of you every day. So stop bringing the pain home. Become that certified CFO and reprogram your brain to millionaire status. So when I started my first blueprint for me, I was 9.5 years old and it was at the Torrance Library. Very simple. I called it see it, believe it, go get it. That's what makes sense to me because I obtained the things that I talk about. So could you. Now your goal right now is to write down 5 things. Stop treading water, playing it safe. I need you to write down what you must have. Now understand. You need a 750 score, not with care, credit, first premier. Real credit. You need to understand you need a corporation with 30 divisions. You're going to get $100,000 to $1 million of, all right, line of credit, checkbook money as well. From there, you're going to have supply and vendor money. These are a must-have if you're going to get to millionaire, by the way. Must-have, write it down. Hopefully you wrote it down because you're not supposed to take pictures or record. Now, let's understand something. If you have a corporation today, if they sue it, they sue you. If you do it my way, the corporation has divisions. You stop bringing the pain home. You put your ducks in a row, and I repackage you every step of the way. There's the ultimate goal. When I helped rich and famous people, even to presidents of the United States of America Incorporated too, they tend to listen better than you. So let's understand what you did. You probably had your kitchen table meeting with your friends and family. Say, we're going to start a business, honey. Fantastic. And then you hawked your cards, dropped your score, got stuck, couldn't get any more, and couldn't run a dilly squat and hawked your house. I'm sorry, I call that stupid. All right, I don't think people are stupid. I think just do stupid. So we can learn to play my way and never bring the pain home. As we do this, let's write down today's date, project 90 working days. You're going to fall down 1,000 times. You're going to win 10. You understand? That's how life is. Then I wrote Winning the Game of Business 45 years ago. I was doing my properties, and what I was talking about is me. So what did I do? I put what I'm doing in my book. I transferred my properties and all the things that I did. I wrote down cash flow free of my time. I was focusing on 1,000 a month. I'm basically writing this. I'm saying, oh, I need 1,000 a month, 1,000 a month. I did the 1,000. How do I get 2,000? How do I get 3,000? I got to the point, I haven't had a paycheck for 30 years. I don't have a personal bank account at all. The money comes in, the bills are being paid, and I don't make a paycheck. You see, when you have the American dream, you don't own anything. You want to be the puppet master. But in 2009, God allowed me to die in a coma. He allows everything. So I guess what happened? 2009, I said, I'm just going to buy my books and CDs. I'm done. I have other things I want to do. Well, God had a different plan. I get to die in a coma. Someone steals my life. All right, Ron's at my building. My wife tells everybody he's going to die. He's in a coma. He's with the U-Haul truck stealing my books and CDs. Tom sells my websites, my IT manager, and my websites and my phone numbers to a damn porn site. Never called the phone number on the CDs. So understand, if you want a copy of the 12 books and CDs, the Millionaire's Founders Kit that I sold for $5,000 at the Bonaventure for 32 years, it's free for you as long as you sell over 99 bucks. Okay, it's a Zelle. That's simple. Then we ship it right away. And the Zelle, you put RW, you put your name and phone number, so we ship it right away. An address too. Simple. Now, starting a business, let's understand, it's hard because you got people around you. I will bet you that you had a friend and family member rip you off. I believe you love them to do that. People don't respect money when it's free. And if you get knocked off the cliff, are they going to catch you or are you going to die? Hold your breath. Me, it's simple. When I was being used and abused as a kid, I thought it sucked. I didn't like it. Okay? Didn't have a mommy and a daddy and a family. Nobody gave a shit about me. Every day, I'd wake up at 2:25. If I woke up at 2:30, the abuser would get me. So at 2:25, I got my hell out of the way. So what I do every day ever since then is get on my knees. I say, thank you, Jesus, for another day. And then I go look in the mirror. I'm a sinner, just like you, even though I'm a licensed pastor in California, too. But again, I'm still a father and a husband and a man, and I'll protect my family or I'll die. Simple. I look in the mirror every day, and I tell myself one thing. See, I put myself in check. Did you ever do that for you? I'll bet you talk to your friends and family, and you tell them an idea you have. You want them to encourage you. Instead, they interrupt you and tell you how to do your own idea. And they haven't done crap, usually. See, there's your problem. You're allowing people to cloud your direction. Why don't you think about, like it happened to me in July 4, 2009. 3 yachts in the backyard worth millions and billions. Wife wants to take out one of the yachts with a group of people to watch the fireworks. Next day, I'm in a coma and I get to die. I hear what's in the room. Tax attorney tricks my wife to sign a POA. The nurse basically asked if I was a donor. They're going to take out my heart and take it away. I was given a choice, stay in peace and go back. I said, go back. I had to move 24 times by that time I'm 11.5 years old. I've been shot twice, not 6 times. I believe I'm God's example. Now, my wife kept saying, talk to your family. They probably will get to know you. All right, now after all these years. Well, I did some research and found great-grandma, Nancy Rando, right there. Rando Farms with billions of dollars. Oh, there's Grandma, Florence Bishop's Yarns and Knitting. Then I reached out to Mommy and Daddy. I got a knock on the door. I got served a freaking restraining order from my parents. Who does that to a kid they threw away in a trash can? What a talk about pieces of crap. But the reality is, guess what? As God's example, we can get through this process every step of the way. I got a book coming out this year called Jesus is Not a Drive-Through. Being a Christian's a Way of Life, Not a Moment in Time. Bite Your Tongue, Love Longer is another book. I got 39 ready to go. You see, I wrote this for men to shut up because women don't. They always like to read tape recorder. They remember everything you say and you can't take it back. I had to add another chapter to this for my wife and my daughter to bite your tongue, live longer. How about we find the monster within? How about bullshit doesn't pay our bills? And we got fighting through the pain. I think you're stuck. What does this mean? I want to get you past go. So let's show you some real Lamborghinis I obtained, some Duffys, some mansions, and white men you jump. Stupid people say we don't. More Lamborghinis. All right, race bets in the backyard, helicopters, U-Dogs, yachts, and some Ferraris too. I only show a couple goodies I obtained. Would you like to obtain them too? But again, I use my blueprint. See it, believe it, go get it. That's the ultimate goal. Now, credit repair is a fraud. I'm sorry to tell you. Some people are dumb enough to pay $100 a month for someone who thinks they have a magic wand. Wow, it's going to disappear. What a crock. The number 2 credit repair companies have been indicted 4 times. All right, it's a fraud. All right, fraud. You hear the word fraud? Hey, I didn't say it. Federal Trade Commission says it every day. They can't collect money up front. And even the Credit Repair Organization Act says it too. But again, what should you do? You download Section 611. You find out what you can do for yourself. If you have an open collection account, these credit repair flakes say you can remove it. Excuse me, it'll come back. If you have a creditor that you owe money to and you haven't killed it 5 different ways, you cannot be a crook. You cannot steal money from your creditors. You got to man up and woman up. Okay, just remember TRW, Thomas Raymond Warwitz, the report's wrong, became a Spirian in 96, and I drew it the first time for them. Simple. Is good fair or hell no? By knowing what cards you can use past 29%, you can maintain a 750 score forever, ever. We need you to let the kids know not to make the same mistake you made. Now, what do? We negotiate any open collection account. All cards at 25, 29% rule, but 2, and we do a rapid rescore. That pushes the score to a 750. Now we learn the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. And that's what we got to do. So here's your first 25 steps today. All right, Intuit Credit Karma. They bought it December 3rd, 2020. And, Credit Karma was indicted 3 times, lying just a little bit. But guess what? There's still no phone number to help you. But if you allow me to look at your credit reports today, I'll analyze them for you. I can tell you exactly what you need to do and get you a 750 score. I'll even call your case number in rotation at 1:30 Pacific Standard Time on my Saturday, so you're stuck with me every step of the way. From there, the SS5 no one paid attention to. You didn't, and neither did mommy. All right, name to be shown on card, full name of birth other than above. So if we understand the SS5 got the SSN and created a 1040 tax return, you can look at your associated card in your pocket today, your wallet or purse. It's not even yours. It says basically don't carry with you, don't laminate, don't use for ID purposes, but you do it anyway because people told you to do that too. It belongs to the Social Administration Department, not you. You got it for the 1040 tax return. When you got your job a long time ago, you thought the company ripped you off because part of your paycheck was missing. They pointed out the company you work for, the IRS gets their cut, you get the leftover. See, that's what makes us ducks and sheep, not learning how to play. The bottom line is write down irsagain.gov and look up the 1244. That way you don't want to pay almost no tax anyway. Play within the rules and tools. See that SS5 right there again? You didn't pay attention to? Let's compare it to SS4. Line 1 says legal name of entity, individual person. A bank, a credit card, basically what? A grocery store, the city? See, they play this game in front of you. You just don't pay attention, and you need to look behind that curtain. Line 1 should say your name, if you did it my way. The next thing we got to think about is very simple. It says banking and credit purposes right on the form, per entity. Do you realize you never had to bring the pain home in the first place? But you did it because you didn't understand how to play. So your corporation is allowed to do 4 things. Buffer tax, no tax until you're profitable. Corporate credits to write-off, cart, fleet price, and free buffet. That's it. The divisions are the line of defense, they're cheap, multiple functions, buy at wholesale price, all right, multiple credit reports, and separate liability for real estate. You need to build your line of defense. Understand something, I'm going to build you up to a corporation, $1 million corporation, if you allow me to. All right, understand something today. I want you to understand I'm putting in writing exactly what I promised to do for you. But you have to be part of the program. You got to go to class, not following your what, and you can't violate rules and jack up cards. And you cannot basically apply for credit during the program and crash your rapid rescore. If you do, I'm sorry. All right, you get charged a fee or we close your case for you screwing up, okay? All collection kinds of new negative, any cards you have, past can't chase future. You got 5 ways to kill a debt if you need to. From there, the IRS has a form too. The goal is to repackage your life. If you want a 750 score, here you go. All we have to do is analyze you, add rapid rescore, and we can push your score up and away like this one for 96 points in 3 days. If you let me rebuild you, you go to class on Saturday or Wednesday or Friday. The reality is very simple. Rapid rescore, you learn the rules and tools, all right, to the 750. And what we're going to do is literally charge you $9.99, give you $1,000 card back. I want you to reimburse yourself. During a broadcast, you get half price of $4.99, so the card becomes $500. There you go, to maintain that 750 score forever. From there, remember, if you got a corp or you're going to get one, or divisions, they have to be 2 years to get the line of credit called checkbook money. From there, I like to give you profit and nonprofit simultaneously if you allow me to. If you get into my level 1, we're going to teach you about that too. How about cards at zero liability? How about Google sponsoring the nonprofit? How about we find out that they're doing 4 times than a McDonald's does? Starter package is simple. Rebuild the credit, rapid score, articles, also tax ID are free if you don't have them. If you do, we'll build what you got. Set up on level 1 every Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. The ultimate goal is we're going to charge you $9.99, which is the average person someone wastes in a given month. And we're going to give you $5,000 credit back. You'll pay your filing fee on your corp, about $30 to $100. $24.99, I'll give you $25,000 of credit, 5 times your investment. What are we going to do? We're going to analyze you. We're going to add history and start popping credit now. There's the goal. To get that benefit and those bonuses today, you have to Zelle now. If you want that price and that credit too. You can always call the office at 800-254-9506 and ask for a specialist as well. But if you use a card, remember we charge 5% because that's what the bank charges us too. Here's your problem. You see, you got a lot of problems. I'm sorry. I'm going to rebuild everything you do because the way you do it, I think it sucks. I like to do it my way. Is that okay? Let's think. I'm a voter. So are you. Do you know they sell the voting list 412 times a year? Cable bill, corporation. Why don't you call 888-567-8688 and opt out for 5 years or lifetime to get off the national mailing? It'll slow down the robocalls and junk mail. All right, I'd call that right now after I'm done talking to you. Is that okay? Phone number's right in front of you. It's pretty simple to do. As we play the game, we need to win. This means flat out, I need you to plan the problem. I believe you allowed a friend and family member to rip you off. You allowed it. I believe because they don't respect money when you help them. I believe you spent thousands on crap that didn't work. And your lack of discipline and lack of knowledge is screwing you up. If we take basic routine, putting a sticky on the back of a card, the limit, 25% maintained forever, 25%, never past 29%, line of credit, line of defense, there's 71,000 of safety. If we know what cards we can use that don't fluctuate our credit, we don't screw up anymore. All right, see the rules and tools, what you need to know how to play. All dashboards do exactly what I designed for T or W. 0 to 29 is green, 30 is yellow, 50 is red. Your goal is to understand that discipline and stop bringing the pain home. Your goal is simple. As we play this game, let's remember today, the goal is never to jack up cards ever again. What you're going to do is learn the 2 cards that you can use past 29%, max them out to $1 million long you maintain a payment. There's your 2 cards, gold and platinum. They never fluctuate your credit score. That's your ultimate goal. And that should understand how to maintain a 750 for the rest of your life. Simple. You lose your job, have an emergency, what do? What do? You run out of time, you run out of money, and then you go jack up your credit cards in 42 days and you tell the world to feel sorry for you. The answer is no. If you needed $5,000 today, now, what would you do? You ask your friends, your family, the bank. The average person's wasting $50 every other day on crap. Here's the $5,000 card. The payment's $50 a month. The average person wastes $140 a week, $600 a month. Why don't we take $50,000 off of a corporate credit card, write it all off, and start getting residual income and learning to play? We might even buy 2 pizza restaurants too, with a drive-through, using some common sense during the pandemic. Oh, white men do jump. Stupid people say we don't. Nixon took the gold standard out. Now I need you to write down and raise rules. I want you to write down that if you did exactly what I said to do, they'll give you 71,000 of safety credit. All right, 29% utilization. And the next thing I want you to write down is the only thing you're allowed to screw up or forfeit is a division. Write it down. If you would have ran your life by division process, I invented 85, 86, the only thing you can get screwed up is a division, not the corp and not your family. From now on, the only thing you're willing to sacrifice would be a division of a corporation. You're not bringing the pain home ever again. It's not acceptable. All right, that's your cake you needed to. Step number 7 under Ray's rules. Become a certified CFO. Never bring the pain home. Your choice is up to you as we play this game. There I am dead in a coma. Google the address, find out I'm telling you the truth. From there, I was in a coma at 5.5 and I was crippled. Jesus said, get up, I got up. Last one, I got to die and come back and help you. The devil wants to hold us back and knock us down, but God's delays aren't God's denials. So we got choices today. The bottom line, if you don't let me help you, or you've been looking for me all your life, by the way, if you don't know that, because I can get you where you want to go. And so far you haven't got there because you listen to silly and dumb. I like to repackage you my way, if you allow me to, like Humpty Dumpty. Corporation's a legal person that may sue or be sued. So the reality is the lack of knowledge is why people do stupid things. So this is pathetic. The guy's going around with a sign. I got 2 kids, I lost my job. Man up. Knock off the crap. Get your butt to the church for the food. Go drive an Uber or Lyft. Have a damn garage sale. Hey, this is BS. I came out of a coma and they stole my millions and billions. I'm homeless with my kids. What am I supposed to do? Go home and go boo-hoo-hoo? I sold my wedding ring, my Rolex, my necklace, my bracelet. I had 12 garage sales in Huntington Beach. I got cited 3 damn times. I built $1 million of credit in 6 friggin' weeks. Knock off the shit. It's ridiculous. I don't believe this crap. Okay? It's called man up. We got to understand something in this world. You got to fight for what you want. If you're not willing to fight, the bottom line, as long as you're trying, you're not dying. If you're not trying, hell, you might as well be dead. Give it up. But then that's just a choice. The division's the only thing I'm going to allow you to ever screw up. Because that's basically your duck and your sheep, not your family, not the corp. But if you don't understand that, that's where your lack of knowledge comes in too. I'm willing to lose a division. Never my corp and my family. Hell, I finally got a family with a wife and 6 kids and 10 grandkids. So understand, a tax ID allows my system to create instant credit reports, Experian, Trendio, and Equifax, cash credit cards as I build you up. Line of credit called checkbook money. There you go. So if we understand that 9 divisions up to $1 million, 41 up to $5 million, it's in my bucket of money book. So look at your corp today, please. Look at that corporation and find your name. When they sue it, they sue you, your ducks are not in a row. And the bottom line is that sucks. I'd like to create a line of defense for you. That way you can learn to protect you and your family, the ultimate goal. I also invented daisy chaining of credit. 1 card, why don't we get 9 more damn cards? Let's get $1 million. Let's get checkbook money. See, you have the ability to get to the dollars to create the business you've been wanting all your life. And that's basically cash flow for you for time. I wrote in my book 45 years ago. Each division, I set up the tax ID in 2000 of history. No problem. Divisions, I'm going to build the umbrella to get up to $1 million. Each division costs you $4.99, 3 for $14.97. The ultimate goal, you zell, or you call the office right away. 800-254-9506. From there, I like goodies. You like goodies yet? I got to ride with Neil Diamond twice in the Love Ride. Is that fun? Don't buy these kind of cars until you make $5 million plus. The goal is credit cards to $1 million, $5 million of checkbook money, and we have fun. If I rebuild you here, the gold is the green card here. They have an unlimited and 2 more up to 30,000. That's 160 times 9. Or we get the B of A times 9, the Wells Fargo times 9, the Inc. times 9. How about the gold times 9? If we build up to $5 million, the other 5 cards are still there, then we look at checkbook money. The bank will give you up to 150, or usually with no tax return, as long as you have a 2-year corp. My 5 favorite ones are these right here. So let's play my way. Up to $5.4 million. That's called checkbook money. Is that okay with you? I got 8 specialty classes on Saturday in rotation. Now, here's what I want you to focus on. I'm going to rebuild your life. I'm going to tell you what to do. You're going to follow through. Don't think, just do. As I build you corporate credit, you're going to understand it's borrow money, not taxable. You're going to use that to buy your lifetime income. You're going to find some way to get residual income. If not, I'll do it with you and for you. Again, you have your cake and eat it too. Raise rules. All right. Become a certified CFO. Never bring the pain home. Your choice. If I gave you $1 million check, what would you do? You probably put it in your personal bank account. I call that dumb. I would have put it in the corp reference 3 times 5 up to 15 million. Pay all the bills first and pay tax on the leftover. No leftover, no tax. Step number 8. So if we play my way, what do we happen next? 11 cities fall bankruptcy. What? Yeah, the corporations, 50 of them became states, cities, corporations, and they created Chapter 9 bankruptcy. So you could have did the same thing and not brought the pain home, as long as you had no intent to do fraud. See, your goal is to basically learn how to play. Why don't you Google bankruptcy today? The next time blank hits the fan in your life, is it SSN or SS4? You got a choice to make. From here, if we look at the next thing, is like adding to the credit system, building up to $1 million of credit. And what do we get to do? Very simple. All right, we get to get you to class and we're following you up. Beat your doubt, run your race, get out of the way while I rebuild you, please. Ultimate goal, getting past go. Simple. God's gift, the mansions in the harbor, the race boats, the yachts, the helicopters, the Lamborghinis, and the buildings too. In the future, I'm going to want you to change your driver's license to a P.O. box and mailing address for more privacy. But that'll be up to you as well. Let's look at the car you drive today. All right, what did you do? You went to the dealership, got sweated for 5 hours. They treat you like a duck and a sheep. You got up to 9 inquiries and you lost $30,000. You're doing it your way. My way is simple. All right, tax ID division and write it all off. Fleet price. See, when you get a car, and right now you get a house and you put your name on it and you put your, some 2 people on it on the loan to value, that's kind of silly. You lose the house or the car, they report it to the credit bureaus, and now you have shitty credit. They report it to the IRS as a 1099-C right there. And now you got double shitty credit and an IRS problem. Your goal should be planning the problem. And every registered owner of a car should be a registered owner as a division. Planning the problem. The next thing we have to think about is each entity having a piece of property. So understand your paycheck is going to be offset by your house payment. You don't know who's going to slip and fall on one of those pieces of property, do you? But again, Amazon didn't pay tax on the first 10 billion to trillion. Why would they pay tax? They know how to pay the game, and they know how to win. There's no loophole. You're allowed to do whatever you need to do, what you're allowed to do under the rules and tools. He bought Twitter with 2 lines of credit online and showed the whole world within 2 days. Now those banks are really pissed off at him. He screwed up Twitter in a week. He might as well be called Twilly dumb. But X marks the spot, right? But he's got a spaceship. So the other 2 guys have spaceships too. So let's understand, you could join the club, win the battle. Step number 15, if you want to. Run through this, run your life through a corporate in conjunction. See, or you can pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. So let's understand, today's pretty simple. All right, you get a paycheck, it's taxable income. All right, what happens is you get the leftover, pay car, gas, registration, insurance. I'd be yelling no and drive a company car like I do. From there, step 17. Number 18, why don't we go get an SS4 form today from the IRS.gov? Find out it says banking and credit purposes. You see, you never had to be a duck and a sheep. You chose to follow silly and dumb, and that's what you did to you. We have to stop that starting today. Mama, all right, she got basically the SS5 for SSN for the baby. Ever since Nixon took the gold standard out in 71, it's rules and tools, everything I do in steps. So basically it's like anything else. You buy a house, escrow, close, homestead, trust. You have a house not in a trust and they sue you, they screw you up. Oh, you die, you get stuck in a probate, your family got diddly squat. You fix up a property, hire the contractor. That hires a subcontractor to stand outside Home Depot. They slip, fall, and cut corners, and what do? They sue you and kind of screw you everything that you got today. But my way into that is simple. I want to make sure they get diddly squat. Irrevocable trust too, step 19, 6 more to go. So if you're a crook and you haven't filed tax returns, just go to prison because you can't play peekaboo with the IRS making a mess. Wesley went to prison for 3 years, listened to his stupid attorneys and CPAs in Beverly Hills, ruined his career and had to pay $5 million. So understand something today. No peekaboo, the IRS making a mess. Step 20. If you want to be an OPM, you can learn how to get things at wholesale price. Don't pay a bill up to 90 days. Leverage money from escrow to 15 million. And borrow money is not taxable. and you set up your line of defense. That's step 21. By the way, that's called blackjack. I like blackjack. Now, the first time in my life that I was ever really, really proud of myself, my building at Irvine Spectrum, One Technology Drive, it's 22,000 square feet, locations in 3 other states, doing up to $1 million a day, helping people all the time. But again, I decided in 2009 just buy the books and CDs, but then God allowed me to go in a coma and die. Oh, well, I guess he had another plan for me. What am I going to do when I came out of the coma with nothing left of my family? Homeless. All right? Go home and go boo-hoo-hoo like most people do? No, thank you. I took out my blueprint, see it, believe it, go get it. I took out my 5 closet divisions, and I built over $1 million of credit in less than 6 weeks. Why do people stay down? If they listen to rules and tools and are willing to do some work on their end, we can get anybody to millionaire or dream. That's step 22. 1,000 steps to millionaire. All right, there's no difference again between you and Warren Buffett today. I want you to think about it when you look in the mirror today. He's got it, you haven't yet. You could if you want to. The boring businesses that I look at all the time, the 26 I've played with for all the years. If I get you $40,000 or $100,000 of credit, why don't we buy and invest in a franchise or something? Get it managed by third party. Cash flow, 3 to 10,000 a month, 100,000 down usually, 10 to 45,000, 250 down, up to 75,000 a month. So a boring business ran by third party. Residual income, which you never created for you, whichever one of you should have done that since day one. But again, it's your choice. I want you in all classes, or I want you to basically have calls with me privately every day during the week if we can, once a week. All right, rapid rescore. I want you to understand how to play. There's 5 things you're going to master. Projections, all right, then projects, limits, phone calls, creditors, daisy chaining, and understand how to play to increase limits every 46 days. So if we play this game, there's 3 months, 6 months, and that's the year. It's actually sold out, but I'm bumping 2 people out today because they're breaking their promises to me. So I'll open it for 2 more people. So if you did the 90 days, you paid in full, I'm going to build you 100,000 of credit. If you do the 1,000 down, you maintain your payments. You just don't get any credit. If you turn around and do the 3 months, it's at $1,000 down, and then I'm going to have you paid full. If you did 15,000, I'll build you 250,000 of credit. But if you put the 1,000 down, you work out your payments during the coaching period, or you don't get any credit at all. From here, $1,000 down for the year program, you decide and you do payments during the 12 months. But you have to be serious about it to do it. You pay in full, it's $25,000. If you did that, you get $500,000 of credit if it's paid in full. If it's only 1,000 down, you maintain your payments, there's no credit offered at all. See, your problem is your list. The biggest thing is the goal list, daily list, weekly list, and project list. Those are the things you have to obtain. That's how you reach the goal. If you want one of those coaching programs today, make sure you sell $1,000 as a, put on as a deposit. Talk to your specialist, or sell the specialist, everything you need to do. Understand that corporation's a legal person. Divisions are the line of defense. I'm willing to lose the division, not the corp. I'm a family. I finally got a family. From there, divisions give you the line of defense. There are 2, basically $4.99 each, 2,000 of history with tax ID. And the ultimate goal, if you wanted 3, it's $14.97 today. It's a Zell, simple to do. If you have a specialist or want to be assigned to one, 800-254-9506. All right, then you get a call right away if you want it. What are you willing to lose? I wrote my whole program on the intent not to ever get married and have a family. I got used to being by myself and just be away from people. But then I fell in love. I got a family. I got 6 kids and 10 grandkids. I'm not willing to lose my family. I'd rather die. They sue the corp, they sue you. That's called silly and dumb. Your corporation should have division process. It's the only thing that gives you the line of defense and get checkmate every time. Your goal is to learn how to play. Now, me, I like getting goodies. Reaching the dream, think to be the impossible. All right, $1 million corporations, teaching people how to play, division and corporation, and make sure they understand how to be a certified CFO. You got joint credits just in the way. You buy a house, it's escrow closed, homestead trust. Corporations are free in all 50 states. You pay a little filing fee. You need divisions for real estate, franchise, current business, and line of defense. Me, I want to make sure you understand Ray's rules. I give bonus cash credit to everybody. All right, so it takes away their damn excuses, and they get to write it all off. I'm the only one who does that. So again, if you want to change your life and let me reprogram you to certified CFO, let me know. If all you want is a 750 score, okay, let's analyze you. Let's add history. Let's do rapid refresh. Let's get you to class, not following you on, and let's go get the 750 score. Normally 1,000 down and 1,000 card back to you. During the broadcast, it's half price, $499, $500 card to you. That way you maintain a 750 for the rest of your life, forever. Corporations need 2 years for line of credit, checkbook money. So do the divisions. I like to give you profit and non-profit simultaneously. Starter package, rebuild your credit, rapid score. Articles also is tax ID free if you don't have them. Set up in level 1 on Wednesday and Saturday with me live every time. And understand $9.99, you get 5,000 credit back to you as I rebuild your life. $24.99, you get 25,000 of credit. And the ultimate goal, analyze, add history, pop credit as soon as possible. That's the ultimate goal. That's the bonuses and special today is use Zell or call the office right away. 800-254-9506. Remember, if you use your card, they charge 5 extra percent. Rebuild your life, that's fun. I enjoy that because that's what I get to do to change people's lives all the time. It's been a great hobby for 45 years. My last and final year. From there, if you give referrals, we'll build more credit. From there, it's very simple. If you want me to Zell you 10%, I'll do that too, as long as that person names your name when they sign up. If not, they blew it for you. That's why I always give you my email address too. If we look at the banks today, it's pretty simple. They bankrupt locations called branch numbers, Sam's Club, Geico, Cities. You're going to run your business as division based until you hit $5 million mark. Stop bringing the pain home, become a certified CFO, and reprogram your brain to millionaire status. Look behind the curtain, never bring the pain home. Stay safe, stay strong, do our best. Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. So at the end of the day, guess what? It's up to you now. Zell, and now or call the office 800-254-9506. I can rebuild anybody's life. Hold their hand, answer the questions, and get them where they want to go. They have to do their part and follow through too. We do our best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. And never forget at the end of the day. All right, God bless us all.